When will the crypto market flip? In this video, I want to talk about that a little bit, give you my thoughts, and also talk about inflation and how it's impacting crypto and how it's impacting all of the markets right now. We're going to go over some historical data as it relates to inflation and also talk about why inflation in the long term could actually be good for us as crypto investors. Of course, inflation on the surface is never good because we pay more for everyday things. However, when it comes to digital assets, it's a little bit different. And over time, scarcity could play a huge role, especially when we look at some of the top cryptocurrencies as it relates to inflation. So, with that being said, we're going to jump in here. I've got two different articles I want to kind of highlight, talk about. Make sure you hit the like button down below, subscribe as well. I'm here every single day. If you're new to this channel, welcome in. We talk about the crypto markets every single day. And we talk about a ton of different altcoins out there, different opportunities. So if you like that, if you like making money in crypto, make sure you hit the like button and subscribe down below. So here we go. Let's jump in here. So current US inflation rates, and this is a snapshot from 2000 to now. So the annual inflation rate right now for the United States is around 8.3% at last check. And this ended in August 2022 after rising 8.5% previously, according to U.S. Labor Department data published on September 13th. Now, the next inflation update is scheduled this month for October 13th at 8:30 a.m. Eastern. We will get our CPI data. It will offer the rate of inflation over the 12 months ended in September 2022. Now, if we look at this chart, this is United States annual inflation rates from 2012 to 2022. You can see this is by far the highest inflation we have ever seen in the last 10 years. And in fact, it's the highest inflation numbers we've seen in the last 40 years. So if we look at this, this kind of goes through each and every year and each and every month, actually. And you could see here, look at 2022. January was 7.5%. February 7.9, so on and so forth. In June, we hit 9.1%. Now, since then, we are slowly dialing back. So it isn't a big fix, but it's slowly working, right? We went from 9.1 in June to 8.5 in July to 8.3 in August. Now we await our September data that we'll get again on October 13th at 8:30 a.m. Now, the goal here is to get down to 2%. And we were actually there at the beginning of last year. We were actually less than that. In fact, when we look at 2020, the highest month we had was 2.5%. If we look at 2019, the highest number that we had was 2.3%. And year over year, look at 2016. This was a great year for a lack of inflation. The highest number we had there was 1.7%. But if we scroll on down, we can go all the way back to 2000 here on this chart and look where we were at. This is kind of where we want to get to and hover around here because some inflation could actually be good. We're going to talk a little bit more about that here in just a second. Now, jumping into this article, why is inflation somewhat good for cryptocurrency? Well, here's the thing. Let's scroll up here. A high inflation rate for fiat currencies might lead individuals to invest more in digital money. Why? Because dollars or euros they place in a savings account are actually losing value over time due to inflation. And that's happening right now. But again, we're not going to feel Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies as a hedge against inflation until later on down the line. Now, Bitcoin and certain other cryptos like Ethereum offer investors an alternative. That's why you'll often hear cryptocurrencies labeled as alternative assets. The economics of the Bitcoin market are complex, but there are some features designed into the digital currency that may help it resist inflation. Now, Bitcoin can't be manipulated by governments, adjusting interest rates, or printing more money to achieve policy goals. So this is something that we like and why we're in cryptocurrencies. Scarcity is also another key to making a store of value resistant to inflation. There will never be more than 21 million Bitcoin. As of now, approximately 19 million Bitcoin have been mined. Around every 10 minutes, miners process a new block, and 6.25 Bitcoin are added to the network. In 2024, the mining reward will drop to 3.125 Bitcoin and will decline by half again every 4 years until all Bitcoin are mined. This mechanism, which is designed in the Bitcoin protocol, is also known as the Bitcoin halving. This scheduled tapering of new supply over time makes Bitcoin predictable in unique ways. Unlike gold, no new Bitcoin can ever be discovered. So, this is why digital currencies are, in the long term, a good hedge against inflation and a store of value, at least when we talk about Bitcoin. Now, other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum, that are more like smart contract types, utility tokens, these sort of things are a little bit different. But yes, technically, Bitcoin experiences inflation as more of it is mined. However, the situation we're in right now, it's a global economic crisis, really. I mean, we're dealing with a recession, whether people want to say so or not, we're in it. And in those sort of times, everything suffers. However, here's the silver lining, guys. When we do get out of this, we will see an epic run in cryptocurrency. Here's why. We're still at only 5% adoption. And when we look at what comes after recessions, which usually last roughly 11 months historically, we usually get 8 to 10 years of growth in the economy. So that means once we fix this problem that we're currently in, we are gearing up for a huge, huge economic growth period. And I think these next 8 to 10 years will be massive for cryptocurrency adoption and cryptocurrency evolution and tech. So I'm excited. I think we are in here at the perfect time. And here's the thing, if you've got money on the sidelines, if you can find a way to save some money per week, instead of going to Starbucks every day and paying $5, take that $25 per week and maybe throw it into Bitcoin, right? Dollar cost average. You could look up one day, 8 to 10 years from now, and be really, really happy you did that. Thank you so much, guys, for popping in. I appreciate it. Let me know what you think about this video down below. Hopefully you gained some value. I appreciate you guys stopping by. We'll see you in the next one.